Hey guys, good afternoon, late afternoon. It's about 4:45 here where I am. This will be my very first series, or I guess adding or content to my YouTube. So bear with me. I'm very new to all this online thing. So today, I should say this evening, I will be doing a good health spell jar, as well as a good health candle, anointed candle. So I have some herbs here, as well as a few crystals that I have on hand, small enough crystals that I have on hand. There's a lot of different crystals that you can use for good health. You can find a lot of them on the internet. So I'm just kind of working with what I have here at home for small crystals, for like the chips. And I've already called in my directions. So I have the energies of east, which is air, fire, which is south, west, which is water, and north, which is earth. And I also have center, which is spirit. So I've asked my spirit guides and my ancestors and my spirit animals and any positive healing energies to be with me tonight and work with me and work through me tonight. I've also invoked two goddesses, one that I work with quite a bit, which is Hecate. And lately, I've been working with Bridget, as it's in bulk, but I also feel her energy in me a lot lately these past few weeks, and with my community, we have been working with Bridget this past month. And I actually just finished a Zoom ritual with a beautiful lady from Ireland who knows everything. She's like an ambassador for Bridget. I just finished a Zoom ritual with them. Huge community, people from all around the world actually on this Zoom call. So I'm very much feeling Bridget right now as I wear my red color, which is the color of Bridget, and my fiery energy, my dragons on here. I've also casted my circle as well. It's very important when you are doing and working with magic and performing spells, rituals, anything like that. You can even do it for meditation, because there are times where I am meditating where I feel like I want that extra protection and that extra guidance. So I will call in the energies of the directions and the elements and whatever deity that I'm feeling that particular moment in my life or that particular time. But it's very important to call in the directions, like call in your quarters and cast your circle and stuff as you do your witch work and your spells and anything like that. It's that extra protection and that extra connection for me that and it keeps you safe. You know, it only welcomes in the energies that you're looking for and the positive energies that you're looking for. So I've already casted my circle. I've already called in my quarters. I didn't want a lot of candles lit, as I don't have a lot of room to work with right now. I do have here all my candles and all their color corresponding candles. But I just, like I said, I didn't want to have too much lit. So I have a candle here that represents all my quarters and my spirit and center. And I have a candle here that represents, which is my goddess candle holder that represents the two goddesses that I'm working with tonight. So yeah, the other thing you want to do is you want to cleanse all of your witch tools that you're going to be working with. So like all of my little glass jars here that have my herbs in them, they've all been cleansed. My jar has been cleansed. Cleanse, I mean by like smoke cleanse. I have a Palo Santo incense that's burning right now. You can use sage as well to cleanse your area, all of your tools. So anything that you're actually going to be using to work with, you're going to want to cleanse, like even the spoon that you're going to be working with, right? Because you want to cleanse it of any type of negative energy, right? So even my pestle mortem, I have cleansed. Everything that I am going to be working with has been cleansed. I'm also going to cleanse myself. This is a lavender smudge stick that I received in my witch's moon box. Lavender is very good for health, anxiety, depression, anything like that. So, and because I am doing two separate spells for health in general, I'm going to smudge with this beautiful lavender smudge stick. My apologies, guys. I've been up since early this morning. I had a 10 o'clock Zoom meeting for Astrology 101. And then I had my 2-hour Zoom ritual for Brigid. And now I am putting my very first content on my YouTube channel, besides my witchy subscription boxes. So it's been a very busy, magical Sunday, very fruitful Sunday. So with smudge sticks, you just want to let it have a bit of a flame. Gently blow out the flame. I apologize for the noise that you may be hearing in the background. Like I've said in previous videos, I have a house full. I have 7 people in my home. And I know my son and my husband were playing a soccer game. So, smudging. So you just want to do your whole body right down to the soles of your feet, as your feet are what roots you to Mother Earth. And just cleanse yourself. So just take 3 deep breaths to just ground you and center yourself. So you guys, just wanted to make sure it wasn't still smoking. Always make sure when you put your smudge stick out that it is no longer smoking. Because if it is still smoking, it will continue smoking and possibly catch fire. So be safe, guys, when working with smudge sticks. I have said it, I believe, in a previous video. You can even have a dish with sand and just kind of put the smudge stick in the sand. I've seen people use water. I personally don't like to use water because it's moisture. Moisture can mold, right? And we don't want the smudge stick to mold, right? So that's just my personal belief. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. I am drinking a nice black tea. It is a winter Earl Grey that I had bought from David's Tea. Okay. So I'm going to do my spell jar first that I have already cleansed. This is crushed eggshells in this jar, which eggshells, for me, I like to just put a layer of eggshells in all of my spell jars when I do them. Eggshells is good for protection. For me, any spell that I'm doing, I always like to have protection in it, right? So everybody's different. There's no wrong or right way of doing spells. It's what feels right for you. The same thing with what herbs you're choosing to use and what crystals you're choosing to use. It's all preference. It's all what feels right to you, right? Always remember that. So if somebody says, oh my God, no, that's wrong, you don't do that. No, it's what feels right to you. With our craft, that is how it is. You know, it's what feels right to us and what herbs we want to work with, right? I also like to put my harder herbs in at the bottom as well, and then the softer stuff up top, you know. So I have my pestle and modem here because I have some kind of harder herbs here, if you guys can see. So in here I have eucalyptus, which is known for health. So I'm just going to take off the leaves. I mean, you could put the stem into if you'd like. I just personally don't like to because the jar is not really that big. I have white sage, which is good for cleansing. So we'll cleanse like all negative energy and just cleanse all together. And I have a piece of cinnamon bark here. Cinnamon is good for health. It's good for a lot of things. It's also good to like speed up your spell as well. And I also have some cloves in here, which cloves are also good for health and good for protection. So I'm going to crush this. It may be a little bit loud. I apologize. So you just kind of want to crush them as much as you can. You may not be able to crush the cinnamon stick, which is fine. And you want to try and keep it going in a clockwise motion because we want to bring in, right? So like counterclockwise would be like expel and what you want to release and what you want to get rid of, right? So this is desal, I believe is how they pronounce it, which is going clockwise, which is what we want to do because we want to bring in good health, right? And we want to welcome good health and have good health, right? And then just visualize and think about what it is that you're bringing in as you blend everything together. And just take a moment, just visualize what it is that you want to bring in for your spell work, which for us we are doing for good health, and we want good health and welcome good health to this person that we are making this spell jar for. If you have like a little incantation that you want to say, you can say it out loud, or you can, like I just did, say it in your head. And then we're going to take our spell jar and we are going to put in this in here. So I'm going to put the cinnamon stick in last, just because I want to make sure that I have room to put everything else in. So just hold it over your modem. So eucalyptus leaves, when they dry, are a little more tougher than other plants. So you may have to kind of force them in there. So it's gonna look something like this, guys. I do still have my cinnamon stick in here. Like I said, I am going to put in after. Now I have some calendula and some chamomile in here, which are both also known for good health. So I'm going to put my chamomile in. And I am going to put some of my calendula or calendula. I've heard it pronounced two different ways, so I'm not sure which way is right. I've heard calendula and I've heard calendula. So there we go. And I have mint and thyme in here, which are both also known for health. among other things. What's the time? My apologies. Rosemary. Whew. Sorry. It's rosemary and mint in here. Rosemary is very good for memory and other stuff. So we're just going to put some of the rosemary in there. And now we're going to put some of the mint. You can YouTube or go on the internet and they will give you a list of herbs for health. And herbs have multi-use. Like, it's not just for one specific thing, you know. They're multi-use, you know. You can use mint for a variety of different things. I believe mint is also in for like money spells as well, you know. So now I'm going to be using some lavender. And in here, I have, let me see if I have one in here that is small enough. Don't have one small enough in there. Alrighty. It's really hard to get crystal chips knowing that they're like actual real crystals. Actually, I wanted that one. So these ones were actually small citrine, which is good for like positive energy and stuff, but for some reason I thought they were smaller, but apparently not. So we'll be using those today. I could probably use them if I do a socket like this, but I wanted to do a jar. But I do have some small clear quartz in here, and I have a couple of other little ones in here. So I'm going to use a clear quartz. I have two little tiny clear quartz there. I believe I have a tiger's eye in here. Yes. So I'm going to use those. Tiger's eye is good for protection. And I have a carnelian, which carnelian is very good. It'll bring in a different energy aspect to it. There's no right or wrong way how you want to put your crystals in. Some people put them in at like halfway through. It's up to the person. And then we have our cinnamon stick that we kind of want to squeeze in here. Alrighty. And I have some holy basil that I am going to sprinkle in on top as well. And I have some heather, which is good for protection. And I also have some angelica root that is also good for what we're doing tonight. I just want to take a minute and write just a little incantation on a piece of parchment paper that I have here from the Witch's Moon. You don't have to do this. So for me, I just want to put this person's name. And I want to put her birth date. And then I just want to write what it is that I want to bring in for this particular person. Like I said, you don't have to do this. This is just something that I like to do. It makes it more personable. Like I said, I apologize for the back noise. And then you just want to kind of roll it up. And if you have any essential oils that you want to do, you can. I'm actually going to use some of this Earth Mother ritual anointing oil. Just for me, it's earth, and I mean, what can be more healing than earth, right? So I'm just going to my little parchment paper, and I'm going to anoint my parchment paper with this ritual oil. And if you don't have essential oils, it's really not a big deal, guys. You know, don't stress, don't fret about it. You know, you don't have to. You know, you have the herbs here. You know, you're fine. Don't stress. And then we are going to put that in there as well. That doesn't smell bad. And then now I'm just going to top off with the remaining of my herbs here. So I have holy basil. Just gonna put my little jar in there so I don't get herbs everywhere. So there's my holy basil. going to use some heather. Heather is very good for protection, which obviously we want protection, right? And then a little bit of angelica root as well. Angelica root is like, you know, kind of chunks, you know? So we want to get that angelica root in there. And there's our jar. Actually, there's one other thing I wanted to put in there. My apologies, guys. And that is rose. Because we always want to bring in self-love with our health, right? Alrighty. So I'm just going to rest this on my shelf here for a sec. Right. I'm gonna use my jar here. So we're using candle. So this is a green candle that I am going to light. As I visualize my incantation, and I am going to light it with my candle here. when you're doing spell work, spell jars anyways, depending on what you're doing, there's a color correspondence for different things. So, and they'll have like multi-use, like green is, you know, good health, abundance, money. If you don't have any colors, or if you don't have a color on hand for a particular spell that you want to do and you feel really called to doing that spell, white would be the color that you would use, as you know, white is all colors, right? So you would just use a white candle to represent, you know, whatever colored candle that you didn't have to do that spell. You know, if you were doing a protection jar, you would use a black candle, you know, and then whatever corresponding herbs. So my spell jars, I like to do like a little wax seal on top. This is from another witch casket that I have, which is from, another witchy subscription. This is from Witch Casket. This was, I think it was December's box that we got this. It was like a correspondence theme. Obviously, I added more melting beads. So because I'm doing good health, I'm going to use some green wax melts here. If I can get my fingers in there. So I have two different colors of greens that I'm using. And then eventually I want to get a set where I have the little holder to actually hold the little spoon here, so I don't have to sit and hold it and wait for it to melt. So I'm just gonna melt these wax melts. They don't take too long to melt. So I'm just melting them now. They're about halfway done, guys. Just be careful. I mean, if you do have a waxing kit, or like, sorry, a wax melting kit, then I mean, you would know that spoon gets really, really hot. Obviously, it's sitting over fire. So I'm just kind of tilting it over here, moving it around. And you don't have to do this. You can literally just leave it the way it is with just the green candle. Obviously, you would just put more candle wax over it. I just personally, I like to do this. There's just one little one in there that's kind of taking forever to melt. green. I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow over that just for some happiness. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to be this extreme for it. This is just for somebody that's very special to me, so and I mean, you don't even have to use a wax stamp either. If you don't have a wax stamp and you have, you know, wax melts, right? You can just pour the wax melt over. It's completely up to you. You can also do literally just use candles. You know, so you could have just went over with a yellow candle if you wanted to. I'll show you that after. I just want to. So this is, I'll just show you. So there's top. So it's just a little pentacle, which if you're practicing witch, you know that it's a sign of protection. So I'll just show you with a yellow candle here. If you wanted to like add some, you know, yellow wax around, you know. For me, yellow, just the color yellow is just happiness, you know. And I mean, with good health, you know, happiness and having an abundance of happiness, you know, is, you know, you want that, you know. You want happiness and good health, and it's all kind of part of, right? That's my belief anyways. So I'm just going to seal around my jar here. I'm just going to turn it sideways. There we go. I mean, you don't have to do this. Like I said, I like to. I find it just seals the contents in. And then I'll go over with a green candle as well. is done. The yellow. Yellow candle. And I'm going to go over with my green candle. What I have left of it. I just want to use my thing here to, there we go, push it in. And there is our spell jar for good health. Alrighty. So this is just a plain green candle. It's a chime candles. Yep, wouldn't be my video without me dropping something. A spell candle. So there's a few different ways of dressing your candle. Obviously you want your intention to be put in there. If you have anointing oil, you can use anointing oil. You can also do insignias or symbols, sorry, for you know, whatever your intentions are. Runing, like if you do runes, which I just started learning and doing this week. I have a little cheat sheet here. So yeah, you can do different ones, different symbols of what you want to do. You can even just write on there, you know, love, money, health. So I'm just gonna write health on mine. So I just wrote health. On this one, as that's what it's for. But like I said, if you know symbols and stuff like that, you know, you can draw symbols on it. I did a protection candle for one of my daughters, and I wrote protection on it, but I also drew the pentacle on it as well, because the pentacle is a sign of protection. And you can do layers of candles and colors and stuff. This was a spell jar that a group of my sisters did for me with their coven, and this is for protection. And to activate it, it has to be, I needed to put my initial on it, which I did, and it needed to be put in the south position, either the south of my room or the south position on my altar, which it's in the south position on my altar, and it doesn't move from there. So because this is health, I am, again, I'm going to anoint it with the ritual oil, Earth Mother, just for me. I mean, I am a mother, obviously. All right. And I am going to use the same herbs that we had used in our spell jar. So I am going on that side. There's a few different ways of doing this. You can roll it. You know, if you have like a plate, anything like that, you know, then you would just roll it in the plate. I didn't have a lot of room, so, and now I'm going to use, I have some of the calendula or calendula and the chamomile mixed here that I am going to put on here as well. I'm going to try to. And I have a white candle here I am going to use, as these were actually my last two green candles, so I'm just going over the chamomile and the calendula here, just because I want it to stick, right, on the candle. saw that. I didn't want to go out. And I have a yellow candle there that I'm going to use as well, just to bring in some happiness. So now I'm going to take some of the rose. As well here. Oops. Just a yellow candle. So I just want the rose to stick. And now I am going to sprinkle some of my lavender on here as well. And get some of the lavender here. I was getting just a little too close to my fingers. Just give me 1 sec, guys. I just gotta grab another candle here. Alrighty. So I'm just going to use a white one here. Those ones. Oh, excuse me. Those ones were just getting a little too close to the fingers. And I've got oil on my fingers, so I'm not trying to set myself on fire. So I just want to put a bit more rose. And when you are lighting your candles that are dressed, you need to light them with caution. If you have a chime holder, put it in the chime holder candle, and then you can put it in like another fireproof holder of some kind, only because the herbs, like obviously they're gonna burn, right? Sorry, I just wanted to add a little bit more rose here on this side. Oops, nope, get off. Yes, so like I was saying, the herbs will burn and can potentially catch fire, right? So, oh, you little bugger. So you always want to take caution when lighting them, okay? Safety first, right, guys? So I just want to melt a bit more of this wax on these roses, and then maybe use my spoon to, there we go. White also represents purity as well, you know, just so you know. And if you're new to the craft, you can look up all the meanings for all the candles, their colors, what they can be used for, and like, so they can be used for multiple things, right? Like I had said before, right? I believe, you know, because you have purple, and then you have violet, which purple is like psychic, for like your psychic abilities, spirituality, stuff like that. Violet, I believe, is spirituality, and some others. But you can look up all the meanings online. Red obviously is for passion, you know, like your sexual energies. Pink is like friendship, self-love. And I mean, like I can, I'll put it here. I can, you know, if it's something that you guys are interested in, I can, you know, get all of the meanings together and, you know, write them down, and we can go over them. I'm more than happy to. As I had said before, we're all learning, right? So I am just going to add some of the clove and that we had in here. And then I'm just going to go over it with my candle. Now I didn't want to put it too up towards the top of the candle, just for when the person lights it. And then obviously I wanted to leave some space at the bottom so that they could put it in their chime holder. So this is our anointed and dressed candle for health, good health. Alrighty. Wax doesn't bother me, so it doesn't really burn my fingers. So I didn't put the angelica root on there just because it's hard. So I just wanted to stick with the softer herbs. So this was the spell jar, and after the wax is settled a bit, I don't like to do it when the wax is still soft. You're just going to hold your spell jar and you're just going to put your energies and into the jar, and you're just going to visualize what you want to put into this jar, what you want this jar to surround, you want it to represent. You can say it out loud, you can say it in your head, you can whisper it. The universe will hear it. So I'm just going to do that for this person. After you say your incantation or whatever it is that you're saying with your for your spell jar, or any spell for that matter, you always want to make sure you say Samoda B. It seals it. And I'm just going to do the same for my candle. Obviously, you don't want to squeeze too hard. So now they are both set. Everything is ready. With the spell jars, you can recharge your spell jars under the moon. You can recharge them under the full moon. You would just put your spell jar on your windowsill with the full moon so it can energize and recharge, and then you would just put it back on your altar. Alrighty. I'm just going to move this stuff here. And I'm just looking at my little list here. Alrighty. So this was for making the spell jar and the anointed and dressed candle, both for which were for a special person for good health. I am now going to clean up this stuff and we will do the other video just kind of showing my tarot cards, oracle cards, and which one I'm working with now, and which ones I have worked with, and yeah, and just a little information of tarot, you know, like the numerology behind it, just a little bit of stuff that I've learned myself. And like I said previously in a previous video, as I learn and get more comfortable with whatever it is that I'm working with, I will teach you guys. I'm in the middle of learning runes right now. I've just been working with them for a week now. I'm actually really, really, really loving it. When I get a little more comfortable working with the runes, I'm still in the process of reading the book that I got. I will do a video on that. I am learning more about astrology. I just kind of know the basics of astrology. Obviously, like my sun, which is Capricorn, my rising is Cancer, and my moon is Gemini. So I'm learning basically what all that means, and then, like, you know, the houses and things like that. So I have 2 books on the way here for coming in tomorrow. So I will be learning more about that. And like I had said earlier, I did do it was about an hour, just a little over an hour, Zoom video with a very good friend of mine who is from Ottawa but lives in Paris. She went down there for a job. She is an astrologer, so she knows a huge amount of information on astrology, all of the houses, your planets, what everything means, that kind of thing. So she was offering a class, just kind of like an astrology 101, and it was literally just kind of touching the bases of things, right? She is going to be doing some more classes on this, and her and I will be exchanging knowledges. So, you know, she needs knowledge for witchcraft. I would be assisting her that way. So I'm trying to learn more. As for me, it's things that I'm interested in and that I will be using in my practice. So I will be in turn teaching you guys. I apologize if this video is a little long. But I mean, you can't rush spell work. You know, you need to be able to carve out that time for you to perform that spell. You know, you don't want to rush it. And this was something that was very special to me. So I did not want to rush it as I was doing it. But I also wanted to take the opportunity as I was doing it to also do a video, a recording of it for my channel, just to show you guys. I obviously didn't say my incantations out loud, as this is something that is personal, which is why I said if it's something personal for you, this would be where you would say your incantation, whether you wanted to say it out loud or if you wanted to whisper it or say it in your head. I whispered mine. The universe hears you in any way, shape that you vocalize it, you know, or you say it, you know. Even if you just envision it, the universe will hear it. So I'm just going to clean up this stuff and grab my tarot cards, and I will see you guys in a bit. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, hit the like button down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if this is something that you're interested in. I welcome all your positive comments down below. no negativity, guy. This is a positive channel. Only positivity in this channel. Love, light, and magic. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. So every time I upload a new video, you guys will be alerted that I have uploaded a new video. So like, subscribe, down below, notification bell. Thank you guys. Blessed be.